Hello, beautiful ascending ones. Hello, Jacob. Yay. Ginger face guy. He's my ginger face guy. Look at him with his fat nose and his ginger self. Oh, I love you, little guy. Little guy. He just chased a deer. And I had to stop him. Poor deer. Poor deer. Oh, dear. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I could see in my ground altar today. Having an auric field stretch. And I wanted to talk to you about my next path. So I'm venturing into the realms of doularship after delivering a baby in a bell tent on like a wild birth on lands here in Avalon, making it possible for a woman to have a spring water birth, and really stepping into that I've always kind of wanted to do with another woman, but never been in a healthy enough relationship to do so. So it was done with a friend. And that bringing me, I mean, I know for the last 10 years, I've known that my codes have been for the unborn. I've known that I've worked for the unborn, children, pregnant women at fires, singing codes, and some of those who I used to communicate in the womb are now living very close to me here in Avalon, just by chance. And that is just like a really beautiful confirmation and message. And then delivering this baby has taken me by default just into doularship. And before I've even started the course, which has just started now in February, I've already got my new job. So I've been invited to be a doula for this beautiful couple in Glastonbury who have just such a conscious couple that really consciously planned to have this baby, which is just such a gift. You know, many children are born unconsciously on this planet, and that has been reflecting in the world we live in, you know, when sex is just a means for pleasure, or, you know, when that means for pleasure suddenly brings a child, or this need to have a child for something to love because of the traumas we are wading through. I know that was something I nearly did, and I had to really face that could have been a timeline of mine, that I would have maybe destroyed a child with the lack of shadow work at the time, and just understanding and knowing after years after really delving into the shadow work what it actually means to raise another human being in a conscious manner, really stepping away from our programmed belief systems and thoughts around that. I mean, this is what we're going to see a lot now. These children that are coming forward, coming in, incarnating in the seeds that I work for, are now wanting to be birthed on the land of no lie. So as they land, they purge everybody's bullshit. They are the lights of truth to shine at our darkness. And I've always called them little lie detectors. They're little lie detectors. And they trigger those parts of us that have been hidden, maybe from us, or hidden parts of ourselves that we've been avoiding to look at because it's so painful. But when we can actually go deep into these places, it's like a plaster. At the end of the day, it really, 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 really hurts. But when you rip it off, it's like, actually, that wasn't too bad, was it? Wasn't too bad. So the surrender makes the journey easier. If my videos at all resonate, please like and subscribe. And if you feel to donate to this ginger guy, where is he? This little ginger ass. that would be beautiful and is always appreciated. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't to somebody else. And I hope you receive something, whether it be in my codes or my message, either one. So as I venture into this new career, I mean, PK, the words PK and career, like, that's never like crossed my lips before, and like, wow, that's actually happening in my 50th year. So what a blessing, and I really believe this is where we change the world up, because essentially protocols around birth that I've been finding out for the last year is actually really dark and sinister. Little things and protocols that well, they're called protocols now, but actually are spells to take away and rob us of our sovereignty, our knowing of the past lives that we've incarnated in until that incarnation. And they know that what they're doing. And so for me personally, as I've come into my true self on planet Earth in these last few years, this is where I feel is the most powerful place to be to change the world. We do it one birth at a time, and allowing ultimately mummies to have their babies when they and how they want them. Not being fear-mongered and guilt-tripped by the system that puts this blanket of fear over the most natural things on the planet. And really, I want the mums that I work with to be in a blissed out state when they are journeying with the creation within their womb. I want the healing of the womb to occur during pregnancy. I communicate with the seeds. I've always said I work for the seeds. And that's why I lift the veils on bullshit and have been witch hunted many times for my truth. Until now that I understand the protection that has been gifted to me in really speaking my truth about the beginnings of our journey, where we have had fear instilled into us via our mothers. I give thanks to all the mothers and all the wombs and the wounds that are contained in every single womb on the planet, and understanding that when we with wombs can come together and really heal and hold each other and not fight each other and be jealous of each other and fighting sisters here and there, and it's like a typical thing of a man and a woman, let's say, and the man goes and cheats, there's infidelity. That woman will go and fight the other woman, instead of both of those women coming together and going, hey bro, what are you doing? That's not cool. So the programming around the feminine and holding each other as sisters, this is an age-old blueprint that has been really intended to separate us. Because when women can come together and not kick their men down the stairs, when they can come together and heal themselves and heal their wounds and their wombs, we are then at the leading edge of having the children birthed in a manner that will change the planet, because the babies will have power and a knowing of who they truly are. And then teaching them, child-led learning, teaching them to grow their food and eat the food that they've grown with their bare hands. That's happening here in Avalon. We are pioneering this stuff. the Mama Village I've been a part of in Avalon. If you've never heard of it, look it up. Mama Village Avalon, a collective that supports women having their babies regardless of their status, regardless of their money, regardless of their beginnings, whatever it is, they are supported and held here in Avalon. And Avalon, Glastonbury, is going to be where we are having the first birthing centre of its kind, where mummies can come and have their babies how they want, freely. Babies can be born freely through their mummies. Most of our traumas that we're playing out, believe it or not, the fears that we have originated from when we've been in the womb and when we've been tiny babies. And this is why we don't remember. This is why we're so confused as human beings about who we are. What's my gender? What am I meant to be doing when we're being tried to be fit into a box? And if we're not conforming, still to this day, we're like, well, you better get a label, because otherwise you won't be accepted. You won't be allowed in if you don't have a label. And then there's communities of people labeling themselves because they're so confused. And all they want to be is themselves. But who is that? When who you are when you're born is being drummed into us that it's wrong. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with this child? Why won't this child fit into the box that I've given it? How ungrateful of them. This goes deep, really deep. And there's no blame. It's just the society we are now clawing our way out of. Body and soul intact. I come from a long history of self-harm, whether that be drugs, whether that be physically harming myself, or that violence in my childhood coming and being turned onto myself because I didn't want to turn it on other people. And that blueprint of self-harm just getting more and more subtle, the more I relinquish. I'm no longer on drugs, I no longer self-harm. But where else am I self-harming when it comes to relationships with other people, pleasing here? Not actually saying yes when I mean yes and no when I mean no. Where are we still self-harming? Where are we not keeping our body and soul intact? Where are we still hating ourselves and our bodies? How is your inner dialogue towards yourself and your body? Especially if you're going through illness right now. How is your dialogue with your body? When we are ill or we're injured, I know for me personally, I get very angry with myself. I can't fix myself. Jacob, when he's in pain, brings up that part of me that is like, I can't fix you. And it's really making me angry. And I project it onto him. How dare I? But this is all learnt behaviour of not taking accountability for the traumas we chose to incarnate in and clear for everybody. Keeping our bodies and souls intact. So, I just wanted to share about that and what the next movements of my own life as I step into my own sovereignty and purpose here on planet Earth. He just found something. A little mouse or something. And really feeling a part of the newness of planet Earth from conception. What are you conceiving in the tail end of this dark time of winter, as we slowly see the snowdrops and the crocuses coming through. What is it you're birthing or nurturing to grow? Are you growing up and down? Because we can't grow up unless we grow down into the darkness. I said that in my last video. So yeah, doula-ship for me. What do you do? PK is a doula. I do la la la. I sing to the unborn, as the codes that come through my mouth are from those who've been buried under secrets and lies, mamas and babies. And I've made my trauma work for me, because ultimately, what is my trauma but protect mummy and baby? Mama lay, yeah, mama low, say lay, I tim mama na. Yeah, mama pasi, get that delay. Yeah, mama to la de la. Yeah, but papa lily charity, get that delay. Yeah, mama ti babu choo. Yeah, mama ti my Cadillac. Yeah, papa till low. Yeah, mama dale kiti my bad dale no. Oh, show. Shoo. 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 Your beautiful, beautiful faces. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me. And thank you for receiving me in these times as I step into my truest truth with no fear of being witch hunted for speaking from love. I love yous. I love yous. I love yous. Thank you, Jacob, for your beautiful, beautiful fat nose ginger self. I love yous. Catch.